Hee-haw, 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 hee-haw. I'm a rock and roll outlaw. Hee-haw, 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 hee-haw. I want to welcome everybody back to Gus's Bay. This is yours truly, Outlaw Gus. Today's interview is Major Cev Lost. Thanks for joining me.
Glad to be here, boss.
Well, I guess you can't call me boss anymore. I stepped down, but thanks, man. I appreciate the respect. Go ahead and take this time to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, call sign Cev Lost. In real life, I'm an IT guru, or pretend to be anyway. The game that I play is MechWarrior Online, amongst others. I'd like to think I'm good at all the mechs in it, and not a master of any of them.
You see, you have quite a gathering of machines, don't you?
Yeah, everyone's waiting on me when they want to ready up, because my system's trying to save over 100 mechs, so...
Right. Tell us a little bit about the time with the guild since you've been here.
Well, originally I started out pugging back in closed beta. The pug life royally sucked back then.
Yeah,
The
I remember.
pugs have it even now. They have it real easy now compared to what they had it back then. We had knockdown back then.
Yeah, I wish they'd bring that back, but that's going to probably be something we bring up on the lounge one day.
And I just thought, I remember MechWarrior from the other games being so much easier. Coming from a tabletop aspect, I thought, this is so much easier when I had more than just me shooting at people. So I started flipping through the advertisements on the website, and suddenly this one caught my eye, and it was from Blackthorn's Dragoons. And I started reading up on it, and got through about the third or fourth page, and decided, what the heck, I'll join in their team speak and see what they've got to say, and I guess you could say the rest is kind of history.
What has the guild done for you since you've been here?
Besides, put a good thorn up my butt. It's given me a place to vent. Really, realistically, it's taken a place where I can come and enjoy time with friends in casual game, where I can vent my real life issues and not have to worry about games like EVE Online, where it was a second job.
Go ahead and take a moment to explain your, well, don't explain it that way you give away your tactics, but explain your play style in MechWarrior Online, your preference of play style, your brawler, sniper, missile support, scout, what do you prefer?
Really all the above. I kind of like to look at the situation I'm in and try and reevaluate it to see where I'm most needed at. Of course, with Innersphere mechs, you're kind of limited into one semi-field of play, unless you're bringing, like, for example, on my Arrow, I've got an ERPPC along with machine guns, kind of a mixture of short and long range. As far as which specific I'm good at, I've been told I'm good at being a LERM support specialist. I've been told I'm great at SRM support specialists. I founded the Psycho Spiders. I mean, those are light mechs that run around doing insane tactics. So that's got to say something about that. The other aspect is like, the one thing I never really could get into is the spot sniping, and I think that's due to how I run my mouse and keyboard setup.
Would that be would you consider that your outside the box?
It's the one I haven't practiced at all. That's
okay.
That's just one thing that I just never really got around to doing. Mainly because when I'm in a pug group, it's kind of like, okay, what do you need me to fill out? And that's where I started realistically working with the team, was where do you need Cev? What do you need him in? What do you need me to do for the team? That way the team can win.
Right on. What other games do you play? Not necessarily, in side of Blackthorn's Guild. You probably have personal games you play outside. Are you a first-person shooter fan because of the way MechWarrior Online is? Do you prefer RPGs, etc., etc.?
PC-wise, I would say that I am a more strategy, real-time simulator style gamer. Really loved the Dawn of War series, like the Call of Duty when it was first person. Company of Heroes was great. Let me think. Of course, Homeworld. I'm really getting into Star Citizen because I used to be a big X-Wing versus TIE Fighter fan. Got into the Wing Commander way too late. And so I was a first-person shooter in the space sim arena. I could never fly the combat jets because having a deck of some sort where I could slam against kind of narrowed it, and I could never actually land anything.
Right.
Non-PC wise, I do play a little bit of Xbox. I have 2 children, so I kind of get into the games that they play. I'm an avid miniature gamer fan, so I've got X-Wing, the miniature series.
I've seen that played.
And I've done some custom units for that. The current one I'm working on is a modified Millennium Falcon, which has really turned out really nice. I need to either repaint it or just give up on the paint job that I've got with it. But my next goal with it is to actually make the engines light up, and I have a complex scheme for that.
There you go. Right on. Right now, I guess I can consider you like the Joker or the Jester of the guild. That's why I'm displaying the Jester right now in my bay. I know I asked you this question earlier, but go ahead and give me the best answer you can. Favorite machine, Inner Sphere and Clan Tech?
In MechWarrior Online, I'm going to have to say I really enjoy the clan Stormcrow. I've turned it into a miniature vulture or mad dog, depending upon which culture you come from. I get a kick out of the aspect that the vulture gives out, and being able to set that up with the Stormcrow has worked out really nice. I mean, it's a very fast little clan mech that can get in and dump 10 or 15, 20 missiles onto somebody and then get out of there. As far as which Inner Sphere mech goes, there's so many. I think the biggest one that I'm endeared to right now would probably be the Oxide Jenner. And I think that's because it's becoming a viable mech with the SRM changes that have recently occurred.
You don't think it has a disability due to the fact that it's purely missile load?
No. A good pilot knows how to run their ammunitions, whether you're a sniper, whether you're a brawler, whether you're a little itty-bitty mech with just missiles on board.
Well said.
Because realistically, if you're doing your job right, you shouldn't be running out of ammunition in an Oxide. You should be destroyed because you have pissed off the enemy to the point where they have to focus on you.
Right.
The greatest quote ever listed in Blackthorns was, "Get this hunchback out of my ass," listed by a former commander of our Dragoons group. And realistically, listening to the most recent MRBC videos, you hear a lot of people screaming something very similar to that because of the Oxides. And it's just that simple fact that they are becoming a pest. And
Yeah.
the 16 SRMs that are moving at 142 or 150 meters per second is something you have to start paying attention to.
What is a, like, not your favorite build, but if you were to share a build with our listeners right now, what chassis and what would that build be?
I don't know. I think maybe my what I would call my Boom Boom mech, which is Ilya Muromets. I've got 2 AC-10s and an AC-5 with a couple of medium lasers on there. And when left alone, the Ilya is dangerous as is, but when they leave me alone, I'm usually racking up damage spurts of about 1,000, and that was before any of the big changes.
Let's go ahead and take a moment. Your present rank in the Blackthorn Dragoons is Major. Go ahead and take a moment to explain your position in the guild.
As Major, I view my position more as an administrative position. I support my captains, and I encourage them to be making the drop calls in the positions that they're in. I maintain that I am training them up to take my position away from me. That stated,
Presently,
I
you
have...
are the commanding officer of the 2nd Battalion inside the Dragoons, the WidowMakers, correct? Where I came from.
Yep. The Widows was derived of originally a company of WidowMakers that built the team in a day and fought internally with a group that was considered to be a Tier 1 or Alpha team. And not only did we bloody their noses, but we sent their commander back down to their channel to yell at their group, because that's how he worked. Just because we bloodied their noses so badly.
Yeah.
With a team that had never scrimmed together or worked together before.
All right, this is where I give you the chance to close out on your own. Say whatever you want to the listeners listening in. The mic is yours, sir.
If I had to push and promote the Blackthorns, I would say we are a very casual, semi-competitive group that enjoys the freedoms of life. I am a father of 2 wonderful children. I am married, and I can't hold any one game above anything else. The Blackthorns is not a place where they expect me to show up unless I agree to show up.
When it's
And for
scheduled.
me, that is a huge deal. It is something that has made the Blackthorns a second family to me. Because they are my friends. They are people I can look to and say, hey, look, I have a problem. What would you do in this situation? And we come from all walks of life, whether it's in Europe or in California or here in the South in South Carolina
Canada.
or Canada. Damn
My
Canadians.
recruiter, Hybrid Theory, I can't wait to get his interview. He's the one that recruited me, and he's in Canada.
And basically the big thing is that give us a try. You might like us, you might find someone better.
If you are interested in joining our guild at the Blackthorn Dragoons, go ahead and visit our website at www.blackthorns.com. Thank you, Major, for joining me this evening.
I'm a rock and roll outlaw.